I Heart Trump and I Heart Harris people can keep tempers down at work.
Marketplace Morning Report is supported by C3 Generative AI. Verified, traceable answers, secure, hallucination-free, LLM-agnostic, IP liability-free. C3.ai. This is Enterprise AI. And by Rubrik. When cyber attacks put businesses at risk, Rubrik provides the power to bounce back fast. More at Rubrik.com.
I'm David Brancaccio. First banks have been reporting their summer into fall profits. Morgan Stanley results came in this morning. It beat profit forecasts for wealth management, trading, and investment banking operations, generated more revenue than expected. The stock now up 2.8% in pre-market trading. A couple days ago, J.P. Morgan Chase and Citigroup reported lower profits, with pressure coming from consumer banking and customers having trouble paying back credit cards. That said, those banks are making a lot of money on investment banking. Marketplace's Justin Ho explains.
A big way that investment bankers earn revenue is by helping corporations raise money.
And that comes in two forms, either in the form of debt or equity.
That's Drew Pascarella, who teaches finance at Cornell University. Let's start with debt. Many corporations are trying to take advantage of falling interest rates. That can help companies refinance their existing debt and expand.
New factories, new hiring, new digital initiatives that companies may have been waiting for because the money was too expensive a year or two ago.
Then there's equity, raising money through the stock market. Jay Ritter, a professor at the University of Florida, says IPOs have been slow this year, but we have seen companies that are already public issue new equity because the stock market's been rising.
And companies are a lot more likely to issue equity when stock prices are high than when they're low.
Ritter says if that continues, companies will keep tapping the stock market and calling up their investment bankers to help them do it. I'm Justin Ho for Marketplace.
Markets Dow, S&P, and NASDAQ futures are all up just slightly. New York Community Bank is working on a turnaround after worry about all its commercial real estate loans caused its stock to crash back in March. Part of burnishing its brand, the news is it's changing its name to Flagstar Financial, borrowing from another bank chain it acquired 3 years ago.
Marketplace Morning Report is supported by Amazon Business, aiming to help save time by offering smart business buying solutions so there's more time to focus on growing the business and less time doing the admin. More at AmazonBusiness.com. And by Clear Channel Outdoor, offering a nationwide network of billboards and data solutions that help businesses build brand awareness and influence consumer behavior. Billboardsforbusiness.com.
We're looking at political polarization this election season, in particular how companies intensify or ease political divides by taking sides, taking stands, and or bringing us together. We've had experts here urging companies to make it clear we don't talk politics at work. Today, the pitch for constructive disagreement. Michael Resler at the Aspen Institute directs a project called Better Arguments to teach healthier ways to disagree at work or in the community. He used to work with Mike back when he was with our parent company, American Public Media. Hey there.
Good morning, David.
We're talking about deeply held values in many cases. These values are who we are, and among those values are lines we will not cross. But you've come up with, and your team has come up with, a way to kind of have dialogue, even if you're not going to be won over to the other side?
Too often the way for moving forward has been, well, we just all have to agree. The challenge to that is to actually let people put their disagreements on the table. And so Better Arguments is a series of techniques and methods to have those conversations where people can be open and honest about what they believe without focusing on winning the debate. If you come into a discussion and the intention is I'm going to win this debate, then you're already losing one of the great powers of debate and discussion, which is illumination, helping to figure out what's the depth of this issue.
You know, I understand why, for instance, communities wouldn't want their PTA meetings or their city council meetings devolving into fisticuffs. But tell me what some companies have recognized this as an issue that needs to be dealt with within their own ranks, within the companies?
The old idea that people checked their beliefs, their values, everything about them at the door when they punched the clock in, and then they somehow picked them up again when they punched out, was never true. But the other reason why you want to have a place where people disagree, then you can create an entrepreneurial place where new ideas are allowed to challenge. Second, because many organizations are trying to help communities solve big issues, they run into people who really disagree with their approaches. In those situations, you need to have a process so that your company and the customers, the communities you're trying to serve, can all be working together.
Give me a taste, though, of the process, how Better Arguments would approach this with a group.
There's always 3 parts to that debate. The first one is to understand the history of it. The second one is being aware of what you believe, being aware of the other side, practicing some humility, emotional intelligence. And third, recognize the power. In any situation, some people will have more power than other people. By making yourself aware of those situations, we talk about taking winning off the table. This is not about, rewarding friends and vanquishing enemies. This is about trying to reach towards solutions that we can all share. Being open and honest doesn't mean you have to give up your values. It doesn't mean you have to give up your beliefs. But it does recognize that in a democracy, if everybody simply says, I'm immovable, nothing changes.
The Aspen Institute's Michael Resler, he's talking about the Better Arguments Project. BetterArguments.org gets you there. Mike, thank you very much.
Thanks, David. It's great to chat.
Our election season project about political polarization at the company level. We call it Office Politics. The pieces can be streamed from marketplace.org. I'm David Brancaccio. You're listening to our morning report. From APM, American Public Media.